Hey, okay. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Scotty Show. Tonight we are going to be reacting to Castles by Lil Peep and Lil Tracy. I know it just says Castles Lil Peep, but well, actually it does say Castles Lil Peep Lil Tracy on the cover right here. You see, but I know it's just I know it doesn't. It's just Castles, but yeah, Castles by Lil Peep and Lil Tracy. It's just a little short. But I can just. Would y'all consider this an EP? What would this be considered? This could be considered EP, but I don't know. Like this is just like just a short little project. But I remember when this first dropped 6 years ago, which is crazy. I remember when my mom had a Toyota Camry, and it was a black one, all black too. Like it was just like a complete like vibe. And like I remember I would just ride around in the car just playing. I would bump this crazy, like just a song like Castles. Step inside my castle, baby, I'm an asshole. I can't break your heart, baby, I know it's so fragile. God, boy, clutch, skirt. Like that is this was definitely one of the projects that really set Lil Peep apart and Lil Tracy apart from like a lot of different people that's in the underground as well. It was just something about it. Like even though it was just 3 songs, it felt like a 16 song like album just by how good it was. But we're gonna get into this. Please like, share, and subscribe. This is the Scotty Show. Also, I had to do this on SoundCloud because this is where I originally found it. I couldn't go to Spotify or anywhere else to play this. I legit had to come to the birthplace. And like this is Pain featuring Slug Christ as well. Lil Tracy's on the song. This is honestly one of my favorite collabs that Slug Christ has ever done. This is honestly one of the best Slug Christ collabs ever. Tracy. Girl, you don't. And Lil Peep was literally the only artist that I could tolerate doing the "you don't know my pain." Like he was literally the only one that I could like tolerate, and it didn't sound cringe. Like it legit sounded super authentic, and it didn't sound like it was coming from like a cringe place. And then like when I hear other artists like do it or like copy like Juice WRLD's like flow or style, like it just comes off super cringe. But I understand that it is like what they birthed, like 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 that whole like just even when I used to like I still like Green Day and Fall Out Boy, even though Fall Out Boy doesn't really make that, like they don't really make that good of music anymore. I'm a fan of their old stuff, not their new stuff. Their new stuff isn't that good, but it really had like a Fall Out Boy like feel, like to Lil Peep's like voice. Like it had like a Fall Out Boy feel to it on like goth like trap beats. Like that's like kind of like how it felt to me. But yeah, whenever he would like do his thing on the tracks, like it never felt like cringe. Like it never came off like cringe. It came off super authentic in my point of view. But let's keep it going.
Know my name. If I got I'm away in the rain, girl, you don't know my pain. In my pockets got a lot of cocaine, girl, you don't know my name. True religion jeans, pockets full of cocaine, tattoos on my face. I'ma die this way. I don't wanna jog, so I flex and I finesse. Only inhale the best, exhale the stress. Used to be broke, I cast a spell on my chain. Ice on my neck.
Yo, to this day, this song still holds up. Like 6 years ago, this song still holds up. Honestly, proves that like Lil Peep was ahead of his time. And Lil Tracy's still doing this thing. He's still selling out shows. Lil Christ is still doing this thing too as well. But it just shows that like this is just way super ahead of their time when it came to like making music and like these sounds and stuff, because people are still trying to replicate that Lil Peep, that Lil Tracy, that Juice WRLD. And Juice WRLD was inspired by Lil Peep and Lil Tracy and a lot of other artists that came from like that era. So like they're still standing the test of time. It only just shows like, dang, like what if Lil Peep was still alive, like in 6 years forward, like where would he have been, like where would he have been now? I think he probably would have been like I looked at him and people thought I was crazy for saying this. Like he was legit like our like Kurt Cobain, like our generation, like my generation's Kurt Cobain, because I graduated in 2014. So he was my, like, to me he was my generation's like Kurt Cobain. And like when he died, like that was literally the saddest shit ever. Like it was sad as hell. But let's keep it going.
My ex sent me text, asked me if I still love her. I'm on Zans, I forget. Bitch, did you forget? You cut through me like a wrist. I'm finna get rich, snoring coke in the bins. You don't know my name, you don't know my pain. On the highway to hell, in a Beamer switching lanes. 666 kisses on your face, baby. Now that
I'm sorry, I keep on pausing this, but another thing about this is that like whenever Lil Peep and Lil Tracy did songs together, like for some reason Lil Tracy really did like shine. Like Lil Peep helped Lil Tracy shine even more than what he already was. You know what I'm saying? Like he stood out so much more on these songs that and just in features in general that he did with Lil Peep. Like Pictures too, he really like stood out. Yeah, like Lil Tracy really just shined on a lot of different songs that he did with Peep, and I know that Lil Tracy didn't like the fact that and I forgot what music video it was, but it didn't really shine the light on Lil Tracy, and he only had like small parts in the music video. I know he was upset about that, and I know he made amends with it, like after everything had happened, but I think on features that Lil Tracy was on with Lil Peep, it helped Lil Tracy just shine even more, and brought like a lot of attention to him. But let's keep it going.
gone, do you hallucinate and see me in your room with that Gucci on my waist? I'm so far away. Now I'm in LA, gothic bitch, skinny waist, pussy dripping like cocaine. If I got I'm away in the rain, girl, you don't know my pain. And my pockets got a lot of cocaine, girl, you don't know my name. If I got I'm away in the rain, girl, you don't know my pain. And my pockets got a lot of cocaine, girl, you don't know my name. She talking got me sodden in shame, girl, you drive me insane. Only.
And one thing I like about Slug Christ being on this is that like I felt like he just knew the assignment on this track, and I felt like probably when he heard Lil Tracy and Lil Peep's like on this song, maybe they even recorded it together. But I felt like once he like heard like their energy on the song, like he just knew how he needed to sound on the song. And like I feel like one thing about Slug Christ is that he's really good at just knowing the assignment on how a song needs to be done.
You can occupy any space in my heart, and in my brain I'll fade away. The saturated gray, it's just one way, numb it all away. Pain, 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 painkiller. Snort it all away for a second, I'll feel better. Fake ass bitches plotting on a young slugger. Get morphine and self-medicated. You see different, you say you felt the
stop that song right there. This song literally, like, one of my favorite, like the bass in this and everything, and like the lyrics, like and the concept, like fire overall. Like it's 10 out of a 10 song for me. Literally, I just remember blasting this song every single time when I would, like, you know, driving that Toyota Camry. Like, I would just be and just blasting it in the all black whip. Like, it was just a vibe. Like, and it had like the leather seats in there and stuff. Like, it was just an overall like vibe. I just loved it. This is just something that, like, you know, when it just first came out, like, and I first heard it, I was like, yo, this is the one right here. This is one of the ones that's gonna take, like, Lil Peep and Lil Tracy and whoever else is a part of their group, you know, Goth Boy Click far. Shout out to Cole Hart. We gotta do some Cole Hart reactions as well. Cole Hart, we can't forget about Cole Hart. And I'm gonna do Wicca Faye's album reactions as well. We're gonna do his old stuff and his new stuff. But let's keep it going. We're gonna do Castles next. Like this song has one of the best, like, slow entry to, like, you know, what's about to happen. I feel like this is honestly one of Lil Peep's best songs ever made, with Lil Tracy as well. Even I think it's one of Lil Tracy's best songs ever made. Even though, like, I'm a big fan of, like, him being like Soulja Witch and Young Bruh, like, this is still, like, probably, like, tops, like, some of that stuff as well. This is just so great right here, because then, like, you know, we have Lil Peep's part, and then it transitions right into I was gonna say Young Bruh, but Lil Tracy, it like transitions right into Lil Tracy, just like, step inside my cat, like the beat, like the bass drops and everything. This is just one of the best songs, like, ever made, like, by Lil Peep, and this is definitely in one of my, like, I would say, like, top 10, like, favorite songs ever made, in my personal opinion.
Into my castle, I can't break your heart, baby, I know it's so fragile. Step inside my castle, we blowing on that good dough. Put this in your nostril, baby, I got good blow. Fuck her, then I vanish, disappear like magic. I live lavish, Gucci sheets all on my mattress. Golf boy, clear skirt, in a black whip. Pull it down her skirt, I know you want it, you can have it. Welcome to my castle, it's just me and you tonight. I think you're an angel, just a human in disguise.
Bro, that's one of the most fire bars I've ever heard too. I think you're an angel, just a human in disguise. Like, when he said that, like, I was just like, dang, bro was going off. He was going, like, Lil Tracy can really, like, just put, like, dope, like, bars together. He's really good at, like, rapping, vocalizing, and, like, same with Lil Peep. Like, he's really good at, like, songwriting as well. But I think that, like, just Lil Tracy, he's just, I don't know. I feel like for some reason he did get overlooked a little bit, and he's still doing his thing no matter what. But I think he was overlooked for a certain period of time before he really got, like, noticed as, like, one of, like, the GOATs, like, in that era, and even in today, like, he's still, I would still consider him one of the GOATs, like, you know, in that underground scene, because I don't really see no one else, like, you know, selling out shows like him, still putting out projects. He has over, like, 1 million something followers on Instagram. He literally is creating clones as well. A lot of other rappers want to rap like Lil Tracy. A lot of other rappers want to, like, you know, have the same aesthetic as him, the same look as him and stuff. And he really has, like, created, like, lore, and he really built himself up as an artist. Like I said, I just wish to see, like, I wish Lil Peep was still alive, just to see, like, how much more he could have, like, created and put out, and possibly winning Grammys and stuff like that. But let's keep it going.
This is not rap, it's a golf lullaby. I'll be in your dreams every time that we get high. Lie, all you ever do is lie. Look me in my eyes like the stars in the sky. Grew up in the mud in a castle, I'ma die. Grew up in the mud in a castle, I'ma die. Watch me fall.
But when y'all hear this though, like, what does this like remind you of? Because I know that we were all born in different years and we all heard this at different times. Like when I hear this, you know, I think about, you know, just driving in my mom's like I said, her black Toyota Camry, and like just being on the road, just driving and like just bumping this, just blasting. I would literally blast just Lil Peep in my mom's car when I'm driving like all day, all night. Like that was just like my thing. That was like my favorite thing to do. Like that's like what I think about, and I also think about I also worked at Barnes and Noble around the time too. So like yeah, like that's why it's like one of the things that like go through like my head as well. Like being at, I don't know why, but being at Barnes and Noble and then like driving my mom's Toyota Camry and just like not really knowing what I wanted to do with life and stuff. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about when y'all like listen to this. One of the greatest songs ever made. 10 out of 10. Alright, White Wine. Definitely go-to song. Honestly, this is probably, I know I said Castle's my favorite song, but White Wine, Lil Tracy's verse belongs in the Smithsonian. So, like I said, Lil Tracy really shined on this whole project right here. This is like Lil Tracy. I think this was honestly Lil Peep doing this right here with Lil Tracy. I think this was like Lil Peep giving Lil Tracy that boost that he needed, like to put him in like even though he was already in the eyes of, you know, the public, like on the underground. I feel like it put like a bigger scope on him, you know, when he did this project with Lil Peep. I feel like Lil Peep honestly like really like put him on even more with this one, even though Lil Tracy was already doing this thing. But I feel like Lil Peep just had a bigger and broader audience than Lil Tracy at the time. But let's keep it going.
Hopped up in my ride, took it to the crib and I show her how I die at night. Then I wake up and I'm still fucking high. Lil' wine, do I gotta wake up? More wine, baby, pour another cup. Lil' wine, do I gotta wake up? More wine, baby, pour another cup.
I just dropped a pill in my champagne. She said she love me, she don't even know my real name.
That's one of the hardest bars ever made. I just dropped a pill in my champagne. She said she loved me, she don't even know my real name. Like, as soon as he said that, I was like, bar. That's a bar right there.
Yeah, hopping out the Uber on a Friday. Got that bitch her Gucci bag, got bags of cocaine. Yeah, I've been living life my way. I can't fuck with you if we want friends on MySpace.
That's another bar right there, bro. Like literally, he was going back to back with like just. I wonder if he freestyled this. I don't even know. Like I wonder if he wrote this or if he freestyled this, because this is crazy. Like this is honestly, like I said, like I put this verse right here, like I put it up there with like the Maxo Cream Fetty verse. Shipping and packing is vacuum sealed. Like, what do you say? Matt Black. He said Matt Black and Mercedes a Bama. Like, what's it? Matt Black Mercedes or Matt Black something? Matt Black something at Bama. I forgot, but like I know that one. That I can't believe I'm drawing a blank with that one. Shipping the pack in his vacuum seal. Back and roll with a Batmobile. And shit with the pack and seal. Strap on my hip like a Navy SEAL. I'm faded. I'm saying these on way to that bitch. Like that definitely belongs in the Smithsonian. This verse right here is definitely one of the most goated bars I've ever heard in my life.
Lord, why do I wanna die? I'ma get a Maserati just to take my life inside. Baby, sip this wine, tell me, are you down to ride? Cause when I get a castle, I won't let no one inside. I'm so magical, my wrist glisten in your dream. Skinny nigga up next, counting while with Lil Peep.
Till this pretty young white bitch hopped up in my ride. Took it to the crib and I saw how I die at night. Then I wake up and I'm still fucking high. Lord, why do I gotta wake up? More wine, baby, pour another cup. Lord, why do I gotta...
And then I like the reference to white wine as in like, you know, being the little the sniffle. Like, I just like how they could just reference things to like, you know, different stuff. And it like I said, like he was just, Lil Peep was just one of a kind, and Lil Peep really didn't do much on this project but do hooks and stuff, and you know, occasional, you know, maybe a little verse right here and there, but it was more of Lil Peep doing a hook and Lil Tracy just shining on the song. And I think Lil Peep was just, you know, letting Lil Tracy shine, you know, and I think that was just like a good look for Lil Tracy, and Lil Peep just like, you know, helping his homie out. But let's keep it going.
Gotta wake up, more wine, baby, pour another cup, yeah.
Alright, we're gonna end that right there. Castles was definitely one of the best, still is one of the best short projects, EPs, mixtapes, whatever you want to call this. Let me know in the comments what this would be considered, but I definitely think that this is like one of the greatest mixtapes. I'm gonna just say mixtapes to drop out of the underground. Lil Tracy really shined on this, and it really shed light on like his rapping ability, his vocalization ability. Shout out to Slow Christ too, and then shout out to Nadar for aka Brandon, that's his name. This is his name spelled backwards. I'm a big Nadar fan. I like all of his beats that he's ever produced for Lil Peep and a lot of other artists. Yeah, this is a 10 out of 10 or 3 out of 3, whatever you want to call it, because there's only 3 songs on it. But yeah, 10 out of 10. And Castles 2 is definitely goated as well. We're gonna do a reaction to that. But I just wanted to do this one just because like it was when this dropped and you know White Wine came out and stuff like that. With the music video White Wine, like it was such like a magical like moment in time, and like I was super like infatuated with the underground. I felt like it was like fresh and new. I feel like around that time you could definitely tell rappers apart in that time. Now everything is kind of like meshed together. You can't really like, a lot of like, and it's sad to say, a lot of rappers do sound the same nowadays, and like that's why I'm happy that artists like Drain Gang, Haunted Mound, and a few other artists like Shed Theory, someone commented Shed Theory, I'm gonna do a reaction to them. They've been doing their thing. Like I'm happy that these other groups are coming out and like, you know, having their own spin on, you know, rap and like the underground scene as well, and they don't sound like everybody else, you know. They're just doing their own thing, and that's like what was like the most important part about it. Like we need to stop the copy and paste stuff. The copy and pasting is literally like just it's too much at this point. Like I do appreciate people that like, you know, want to pay homage to artists like Lil Uzi and Playboy Cardi and stuff like that, but like we need to, you know, we need to be more creative. And like I understand artists want to pay homage to Lil Peep and Juice WRLD and stuff like that, but we need to be more creative and more innovative. The only reason why those artists made it was because they were innovative and they used the inspiration that they took from other artists, and they made their own thing with it. They didn't like just sound like the artists that they liked. But other than that, this is the Scotty Show. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Peace out.
Hey. Okay. Hey. 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 Okay.